Yes, that was the first ever WWF match, title match versus the NWA title match, and it was I think initially conceived by Eddie Graham, and then Vince Senior jumped on board, and because I was really the first WWF champion to leave the territory and go to other territories and take that belt outside of the New York territory, and so it was such a natural to do in Miami because there's so many New York fans that would come down to Miami for the wintertime to get out of the New York weather, that being in Miami would have a lot of East Coast fans other than Florida fans. And so that match came about by the brainchild of Eddie Graham. And of course it was outdoors at the Orange Bowl, and they insisted on going 2 out of 3 falls, and which the WWF was never, by that time, never a 2 out of 3 fall type thing. And I really kind of fought against it in the locker room. I said, you want us to go a full hour? I said, that's again NWA stuff, 1 hour matches. I said, WWF, I said, we're 15 minutes, we're 18-minute stuff, 20 minutes max, you know? And I said, there's no reason. I said, you know, to have the thing in a draw, I get a fall, Harley gets a fall, and then the time runs out. I said, just disqualify me. You know, I get a fall, we both get a fall, and then just DQ me, and I'll walk to the locker room. But there's no reason to stay out there for a full hour to wrestle. You know, I said, it just doesn't make sense. You know, an hour, I said, it's not even my style. I said, I'll go an hour, of course. But right away there was resistance to it because they had already planned on going a full hour, and it was raining on top of it, and it was outdoors, and I said to myself, you know, whoever thought this deal up, being outdoors in the rain, is bad weather in Florida, very unpredictable weather, and sure enough, here comes the rain halfway through the match, and we're slipping and we're sliding. It made it very, very difficult, and I don't know, you know, Harley was a fantastic general. He could lead a match, and I had to slow way down to go that hour. And he would even tell me early on in the match, he said, Billy, slow down. We got an hour to do out here, brother. Slow down. He said, we're not in the garden. He talked to me in the ring, and I had so much respect for Harley Race. Oh, I said, okay, brother, I'll slow down. Yeah, we do. We have an hour. I said, we don't need to, but we, you know, I said, maybe I'll just cut this thing short and get DQ'd. I'll get counted out. What are they going to do to me? And he laughed. He said, no. He said, don't do that, Billy. Don't do it. Let's go the hour. I almost did it at one point. At about 40 minutes, I said, another 20 minutes? We don't need it, Harley. He said, come on, man, we can do this. Anyway, we did the hour outdoors, and it was raining. Half the time it was raining. We were slipping and falling, and I thought it wasn't a very historical. It was historical in the fact it was belt versus belt. In that was the first time. There's a lot of talk about that, a lot of coverage, but the match itself was nothing exceptional.
And while we're talking about Harley, why does everyone have so much respect for him? You never hear anyone saying anything bad about Harley.
I don't know how to answer that. I know I did from day one. Just his technical skill, his ring skill. I remember working with him when he came into the WWF, 2 W's by then, and having some matches with Harley, and he was like so calm in the ring. He was so cool and collected. He never got rattled, you know, and he would just so dependable, and just everything about his in-ring performance and the respectability was just enormous, and so that's all I can think of is that he just had that type of respect because of his ability. His technical skills were really, really superior.